The realm of advertising is a competitive place, naturally. After all, it's a collection of sweaty billionaires doing their best to get their grimy hands on your crisp 20 before any of the other sweaty billionaires in the room. And such desperation to capture a market naturally leads to some of the wackiest ads to ever air on TV or even the internet.
We need to talk about your balls.
Hi, my name is Stell, but you can call me Sandy. Earlier this year, I covered some of the silliest, zaniest, and most perplexing ads of the gaming scene, ranging from the 80s, 90s, and even all the way to the mid-2010s. But there were just so many that I couldn't fit them all into one video, so naturally, I'm doing a part 2. With a twist, I'm not just covering gaming ads. In this video, I've tasked myself and my audience to find some of the wackiest ads of any market, from any corner of the globe, and compile them into this one video where I talk about them, laugh at them, and just take a look at just how silly they could be. Now, I will say that if you haven't already seen the Weird Gaming Ads video, it will show up in the corner and be in the description, but I will say it was before it came out, so some things might not align fully if you catch my drift. It's also not necessary for you to enjoy this video, but the offer's still on the table. Much like with the Gaming Ads video, this one is split into 4 main parts. The cool but weird ads, the edgy and sexual, the genuinely confusing, and the ads that make you wonder if your snacks have been laced with something crazy while you weren't looking. But as this is the twist sequel, there may be a secret section I'm not telling you about, nor will I say when it'll show up. Hell, I might not even make it into a chapter just so the audience is further incentivized to watch through the video. I'm such an evil genius, aren't I? But anyway, without any further ado, let's dive right back into the wacky, wild world of weird advertising. Just like last time, we'll start off in the shallow end, as they say, with some cool ads that have that flair of strangeness to them that make them almost genius in a way. Starting us off real mild is the old Slap Chop ad. This as seen on TV product was aimed as the best way to revolutionize how you approach chopping, slicing, and dicing stuff in the kitchen, and what better way to advertise it than to get the ShamWow guy to rapid fire an ad displaying the effectiveness of the product. No music, very few edits, and some funny lines here and there that make this ad almost feel like you're watching an old YouTube product review.
You're gonna love my nuts.
And honestly, the only reason why I have it up here is just because of the old video that replaced almost every word of the ad to the ShamWow guy just talking about his nuts.
Hey, it fits with slap my nuts. You're gonna be in a great mood all day because you're gonna be slapping my nuts.
Speaking of nuts, or more specifically balls, is this ad for the Manly Man Body Wash Axe. This ad, while yes displaying 2 conventionally attractive women talking about washing balls and an obvious innuendo that everyone can understand.
That's why you have to keep your balls clean.
Well, how can guys clean their balls so that they're more enjoyable to play with?
Cleans your balls.
Could play with these balls all day.
Keeps itself from the oddly sexual category because it's kind of tame, all things considered. It's an ad for a detailer scrub and body scrub, so it kind of makes sense that they would make some lowbrow humor about testicles. Keeping the ball in the ball talk court is this ad for Manscaped, not sponsored, where we have a very similar style to a previous ad, but this time very much more in your face with the testicular humor.
And what's more, it's got a wireless charging system and it's waterproof. You can even drop it in your pint. You wouldn't want to drink it though. It's got pubes in it.
Okay, now let's move on from talking about the balls and talk about the Japanese. You see, I started my last advertising video with a cool Japanese ad, and they've kept up that energy past even just video games. In a similar vein to the Segata Sanshiro series, we have another series of ads revolving around a particular individual that goes by the Long Long Man.
Long, long man.
This series of ads for the long version of Sakura gummies involves the continued encounter of the Long Long Man, swooning the girl with his impressively lengthy gummy. This is actually, unironically, one of the few ad series that I recommend watching for yourself before I reveal the grand twist here. Go on and pause the video, look up Long Long Man on YouTube, go ahead and watch it now. Okay, is everyone caught up? Okay, cool. For those who didn't watch it, here's the grand twist that turns this from an awkward love triangle to one of my favorite Japanese ad series ever. Long Long Man was gay the whole time. I know, it's fucking crazy and I absolutely love it. Up next is Iron Brew. Expect them to be a semi-frequent reoccurrence in this and the next section, as they have some good ads and some really try-hard ones. In this one, we have a sequence of old women trying a new spicy-flavored Iron Brew, and their explicit reactions are suddenly cut off by the next reaction.
Box. Yes, locks. My Trevor's in the lock business. He's a locksmith.
Ah! Shih Tzu! I've got a Shih Tzu.
Oh, you arsehole.
And honestly, once again, the main reason why I have it here is just because it reminds me of that one scene from Austin Powers 2.
Colonel, you better take a look at this radar. What is it, son? I don't know, sir. But it looks like a giant dick.
Yeah.
Take a look out of starboard. Oh my God, it looks like a huge...
Pecker!
Oh, where?
Wait, that's not a woodpecker. It looks like someone's private!
God, I hope I don't get DMCA'd from showing that. Anyway, back to the east for this ad for a Toho game. I honestly feel like just showing this ad just kind of makes it speak for itself here. To start priming us for the next segment, how about an insurance ad that doubles as an ad for a Final Destination movie? Didn't think you'd be seeing that, would you? Would you also believe me if I told you that this ad came out this fucking year? To finalize our priming for the next section, this ad for the drink called Tango, where this dad finds his daughter's pussy massager and the magical genie spawned from a tango can stops time and gives the daughter an excuse for what it actually is, resulting in it backfiring horribly.
It relieves tension headaches, Dad.
Oh. Oh, wow. Could I borrow this and take this to work tomorrow? Oh, wow. Relaxing, that's lovely. Darling, come and try this head massager.
Yep, and I think it is now time that we dive right into... Yep, welcome to the part where we take a sharp dive downwards into the try-hard territory, where ads start towing the line between genius and just really strange. We will start relatively tame here, with a couple of ads I put into this category because they're not really that bad. First up is an ad for Devil May Cry, where they advertise our boy Dante as half man, half demon, pure virgin. I don't know why, but I think this ad is just funny as hell. Up next is Yorkie Bars, with the most manly man in American ad I think I've ever seen for a fucking candy bar. Main reason why it's in this section is just because of the pointless gendering of this chocolate bar as being for men.
Yorkie. Man fuel for man stuff.
What, am I gonna fucking explode if I eat it or something because I'm a woman? Wait, let me test. Okay, now let's take our plunge into confusion with this Call of Duty Ghosts ad, where they advertise how exhausting it is to be a functioning member of society, shortly before doing a montage where they kidnap several people to force them to play the worst franchise of all time. You know, looking at this ad, I'm kinda glad that Call of Duty has devolved into Diet Fortnite. Kinda seems to be the only fitting way for the game to be portrayed nowadays. How about a brief reprieve by showing off an ad for Pepsi Max, where they display these manly men experiencing every pain shy of being literally atomized before voiceover says that men were so weak to Diet Pepsi that they had to make a separate version just for men.
Accept the taste of Diet Cola. Until now. Pepsi Max, the first Diet Cola, for men.
Again, pointless gendering, but just kind of funny for an ad to call men weak for not being able to handle Diet Pepsi. Alrighty, time for the real sharp nosedive, where we had these old British promos for Sonic Heroes, where the writer goes on some weird, often sexual tangent revolving around these characters, ranging from pussy piercings for Rouge, to asking about how many exit tunnels Tails would have due to him having two tails, to an implication of lusting over Cream the Rabbit and Amy Rose. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, I think we should move swiftly along. How about a car commercial where a man attempts to... only for it to fail because the car has clean emissions? No, I'm not joking. And yes, it is a German ad. Moving quickly along from that, how about another British ad where this pork salami shows off his pork salami to some muggers?
This is a smart neighborhood.
No place for the likes of you.
Says who?
Says me.
Come on, show us what you're made of.
What I'm made of?
He's back in meat.
Yeah, this doesn't make me want to buy salami meat, and more just makes me question if this meat stick had to skin himself to flash his meat stick. Anyways, let's dip our toes back into Iron Brew. I mentioned they'd come back up, and here we have a dad drinking Iron Brew to get over the fact that his wife came up with the dumbest fucking name ever for their baby.
Funny. I like it. It's unusual.
Yeah, when I first saw this ad, I assumed that Iron Brew was an alcohol of some kind, but apparently it's just some sort of soda from across the pond. But you can see where I got the assumption. We have another one if that doesn't sell you an Iron Brew. How about this teen drinking Iron Brews so he doesn't focus too much on his mother's tits? What, implied incest doesn't sell you either? Tough crowd, huh? Okay, well, let's take a step back from Iron Brew. Let's move over to a realm that coincidentally involves a rise in searches for Roman numerals. The Super Bowl. We have this Super Bowl commercial from Carl's Jr. where they advertise their 100% natural burger with a nude woman walking through a marketplace. Well, at least we avoided nudity until the end of the segment, huh? Speaking of, let's move on to... Welcome to the point of no return, nearing the event horizon of bizarre ads with the ads that are just confusing for one reason or another. To start with, we have an auto group ad where this man has a designated attack monkey that he has on the trunk of his car that he sends after a group of kids for some reason. I think the only way that I can think to improve it is with this edit made by a friend of mine. Anyway, let's move on to another monkey-related ad, where these apes are celebrating increased profits only for the only human in the team to point out that the chart is upside down.
Sales aren't up, they're down.
I want you to take a wild fucking guess as to what this was supposed to advertise, as I guarantee you'll get it wrong. Here, I'll give you a few choices. Time's up, and I tricked you with those answers, as it's actually for fucking Career Builder. Moving on, how about we talk about alcohol? More specifically, that one Bud Light ad campaign from a couple years ago where they used a trans TikTok star to promote their beer holding challenge. Now, I do have a few thoughts on this one because, well, it did lead to a slight dip in profits for Bud Light, because let's be honest, the primary demographic for Bud Light is balding middle-aged men wearing a specific white shirt and are probably the main reason for said shirt's common nickname. It also led to the funniest crash-outs of all time from goofballs who thought that a rainbow and trans woman's face on their alcoholic piss beverage was a sign of the devil, leading them to buying boxes and boxes of Bud Light just to flex their Second Amendment rights on some beer cans. Hell, it even led to the funniest grift ever. And no, I'm not fucking with you with this name, okay? Conservative dads... Conservative Dad's Ultra... I can't say this with a straight face. Conservative Dad's... just, fuck it, just play the ad, just play the ad.
That's why I created Conservative Dad's Ultra-Right 100% bloat-free beer.
I think the funniest part about this beer is that after a bunch of idiots bought it thinking that they were owning the libs, it was revealed that this beer was basically just reskinned Bud Light. Like, this series of events is almost on the same hilarity scale as the fucking pronouns rant. Anyway, let's move on. Let's take a small breather here. Just show an ad that's just generally awkward. Anyone remember EB Games? Yeah, me neither, but this ad from back during the Xbox One era has EB Games promoting yet another Call of Duty game with the most stiff and awkward acting ever.
Whoa, hey guys. Welcome to EB Games. Let me guess.
Call of Duty.
Advanced Warfare. Xbox One.
Copy that.
I feel like they just shot this all in one take, because there's no way they actually practiced for this. How about a Cadbury ad, where they just show a gorilla playing the drum section of Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight? And that's the whole ad. Feeling hungry for a Cadbury egg, or are you just questioning what kind of meth the execs are smoking to come up with this ad? How about another candy ad? This time for Skittles, where we have a somewhat interactive ad involving a princess trying to kiss and nuzzle your finger to become royalty. I think the other woman's reaction at the end sums up this ad pretty well.
What the f was that?
Up next, how about a Pringles ad, where this unfortunate soul gets a Pringles tube stuck to his arm for his entire life, only for his son to suffer the same fate. You know, this doesn't make me want Pringles, this makes me wonder how this could even happen to someone. Okay, well, how about an ad for Mountain Dew? Okay, what the f- Oh boy, here we are at the real event horizon, if you will. The ads that are just so beyond confusing that they might make you think you're just going insane. To somewhat ease us into this section, how about another Mountain Dew ad where this woman gets sent to an island where there's a seal with a human face singing about Baja Blast. I think the only reason why it's so high up here is just because it's the only one of these ads that's at least attempting to be self-aware with how genuinely nonsensical it is.
None of this makes sense!
How about another sharp dive where we take a look at the album announcement for Nirvana's In Utero album, with several men shotgunning babies at their pregnancy therapist. Okay, is it a good time to ask what's up with Nirvana and literal babies? Okay, let's get a taste of something familiar with a Doritos ad. Remember that Xbox ad where a woman fired out a baby that rapidly aged and slam dunked itself into its own grave?
Nice car.
Well, here's Doritos doing something vaguely similar with a woman prematurely giving birth due to the baby somehow sensing a Dorito chip on the outside. Okay, what's with all of these ads and literal babies? Okay, moving on from babies, we have another unusual PlayStation 3 ad where the controller gains sentience and somehow telekinetically flings a bunch of eggs into a wall, and those eggs spawn crows. Last time I checked, I don't think the PS3 had tilt controls, but I could easily be misremembering. Okay, how about a small break? How about a Tango ad where they have a fat bald man run around and slap people in the face?
Here. Why, yes, Tony, let's look again.
I don't get how this is supposed to advertise Tango, but to be fair, I don't know how a vibrator was meant to sell Tango either. Let's get back into Mountain Dew. Back when they had a drink called Mountain Dew Kickstart, a particular ad spawned from the Super Bowl that was kind of the inspiration for me even making this video at all. And you know what, I'll just play it for you. Play it.
Man, I might just chill tonight.
Puppy monkey baby. 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 Puppy monkey baby.
Yep. Much like the last Kickstart ad, I have no idea how this was meant to sell this Mountain Dew branded energy drink. And yet it at least worked in the sense that I myself haven't forgotten about it almost a decade and a half later. And funnily enough, neither did Mountain Dew themselves, as in an ad from the early 2020s, this weird amalgamation made a cameo appearance towards the end. Kind of funny how that works, huh? Okay, let's round this section off with a shoe ad, huh? What the fuck? How the hell was this meant to sell shoes? Who the fuck came up with this? Why the f- Hi there, and welcome to the bonus section. One thing that was brought up a few times after the release of my gaming ads video was the lack of mobile game ads, and here I am to finally rectify that with this bonus section purely dedicated to the absolutely batshit and damn near uncategorizable world of mobile ads. Everything from lying about the contents of the game itself, to rage baiting, to even making up elaborate legends of powerful players to overcome.
Is it the Legend 27?
Yeah, the Legend 27.
Who is the Legend 27?
The Legend 27.
The Legend 27?
The Legend 27.
The Legend 27!
All of that and more can be found in these insane ads. Hell, there's even a dedicated subreddit for these insane ads, which might have helped me find some individual ads just for this segment, just to show off here. As usual, let me show off this ad showing this prisoner escaping a jail cell by hurling a toilet at the door and suddenly becoming a master mafia boss. Yeah, I can tell you're already lost. Unfortunately, that's the least brain melting out of this section. Let's get even more brain rotted with this ad.
No, night is upon us, and the Red Gooner gang just brought the Rizzler to edge me. Keep slinging those arrows. He's trying to enter from the backside. Come on, come on. Yes, we made it today.
I can guarantee that at least a small part of my audience barely understood half of that ad. And I think it's better that it stays that way for that particular group. What is funny, and also kind of sad, is this same game here also has an AI-generated ad of a guy stuck in a pile of leaves mindlessly playing on his phone. Yeah, speaking of AI, there's a concerning amount of over-sexual AI chatbot ads on YouTube. Thankfully, and unfortunately, I have an ad blocker that keeps me from seeing such atrocities, but some people, unfortunately, aren't so lucky. To give an example, how about some implied zoophilia involving SpongeBob and Gary the Snail?
Laundry day, Gary!
Not bad enough, how about actual corrupt Pokemon pornography to promote the same fucking chatbot? If I wasn't already turned off by the fact that it's an AI chatbot for extremely lonely fuckheads, promoting it with what is effectively animated and implied zoophilia makes me want to find a way to report this ad. Jesus Christ. I feel like as a furry I should just say that I condemn this shit. Anyways, moving swiftly along. Okay, this is basically just animated animal abuse. What? Who the hell greenlights this shit? Can we just have, like, one normal ad here? Okay, cut. I'm wrapping this shit up just so my audience's brains don't turn into actual soup. So, here we are at the end of another venture of insane advertising. Everything from the interesting to the unusual to the downright atrocious. You listed it all and made it to the end of this silly little video. Usually I'd have something clever or cool to say to wrap this up, but it's just one of those topics that just kind of leaves me at a true loss for words. And much like with the gaming ads video, well, there were just so many different entries and so many things that I could find that I just couldn't fit them all into one video. So who knows, maybe a part 3 is down the line. I can't really say for certain. But I guess if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and if you're catching the premiere, thank you for tagging along until the end. Anyway, this has been Stell, and I will see you again soon. Oh shit, I just realized that the mic was still deactivated. Alright, here we go. Honestly, the main reason why I even have it here is... excuse me. To start priming us for the next segment, how about an insurance ad for the... Oh wow, I completely fucked up that line. Oh shit, damn it. Yup, welcome to the part where we take a sharp dive downwards into the try-hard territory where ads fuck's sake. Yup, welcome to the part where we take a sharp where they display these manly men experiencing a... Ah, shit, I fucked that up again. To start with, we have an auto group ad... Fuck, I can't speak. How about another candy ad? This time for Skittles, where the... Fuck.